there's a book that was written, and I can't remember who the author is, but it was called The Heels. Did you ever
Heels.
notice that book?
No, but hang on, I'll look it up.
I'd like to, I want to because there's all these different guys that were heels in the wrestling business, and it kind of pissed me off because the only time I'm mentioned in there is when they're telling my dad's story.
That is a travesty. As you know, we've discussed it here on the
And there are other heels in this book who couldn't lace my boots. And so I would like for whoever wrote that book to get this message. You know what? You did a pretty good job, but when you can leave me out of it, I think there's a whole lot of people, including Vince McMahon, that said you blew it.
The one that I'm finding right now is called Pro Wrestling Hall of Fame: The Heels. And it was written by Greg Oliver and Steven Johnson. Is that ringing a bell for you?
That would have to be the one. I can't think of another one.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few books that include like wrestling's heels and heroes and things of that nature, but this is the one that's called The Heels. So I think that must be the one. But yeah, no, I mean, you and I have discussed it here on the show before. It's like, I don't know that anybody's had a heel run like the one that you had, at least not on the same stage as big a stage as you were on. So yeah, no, for you to be left out of that is
Well, and again, why was I on that stage so long?
because you were great at it.
I don't often, and I don't want to blow my own horn, but when you had a career, the length of mine, and it's kind of like, I don't know. There are people who I run into, and they'll hear somebody talk to me or something, and they just said, "Well, so you were a wrestler?" I said, "Yeah." And I said, "Well, so what was your wrestling name?" And I said, they called me the $1 Million Man. Oh, you were that guy. They don't know anything about wrestling, but they remember that guy. They remember that name.
Yep. Nobody did it on, as I said, like nobody had the mainstream stage. You're the greatest mainstream heel of all time, in my opinion, and I can back that up too because my wife is not a wrestling fan. But the first time you and I talked, you were with Jake, and Jake handed you the phone, and you got on the phone with me, and we started talking about doing a podcast. I got off the phone, and my wife was like, "Who was that?" And I said, "That was the $1 Million Man," and she knew exactly who I was talking about. And
Wow.
she's not a wrestling fan. Yeah, so I mean, it really speaks to how badly, if it is this Greg Oliver guy, which I don't know if it is or not, how badly he missed the boat here whenever it comes to talking about the greatest heels of all time.
Yeah, I mean, it's I don't know. I guess like almost insulting, or just like wow, to be able to get all of these different, and I don't.
Yeah, we won't bury the guy anymore.
I'm not going to talk about it anymore.
We
I
won't bury him.
got it off my chest.